Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my show, part one of Hopefully Mini. As you know me, I am Frankie, and I'm here with, probably call him my original training partner, the guy who helped me get into games and everything, Mr. 3D himself, Damien Darby.
How you guys doing?
So anyway, as we're doing this, we're going to have some subjects. Damien came out, my first guest, so had a while all the way from San Diego. I'll give myself a background. I'll give him a background. As I said, Frankie. Right now, we're getting into, back into fighting games, but been playing games as long as I can remember. And a lot of times, because of this guy right here, always used to play together, always used to do a lot of things together. So tell him about yourself.
Well, I used to play a lot of games back in the day. I still kind of do. I mean, I'm not as into it as I once was, but started off on Street Fighter, like he said. We used to be like sparring partners, used to fight a lot in the games, and went from Street Fighter to Mortal Kombat to many different platforms of games, and yeah, that's about me.
All right, so I'm gonna call this, we'll call this 3 rounds. Fighting games, there are 3 rounds, so we're gonna go 3 different subjects. The first one, probably talk about. Well, I said when Damien got here, the first thing I showed him was the Street Fighter 5 beta. That I'll be putting up the background just in a little bit. So you can ask about your opinions, your thoughts of that, how it went. I could do my opinions and thoughts about it also. And then we can do everything from there. So anyway, as you see, Street Fighter 5 beta coming up on screen right now. Super, super loud right now. So I have to go edit some stuff. But anyway. So what do you think about it so far, Street Fighter 5 beta, from what you saw?
Well, from what I've seen, the graphics look kind of nice. I like the new development of the characters, like this character, Rashid right here. Like it's interesting. They're putting in a new, interesting cast of characters. So far, I haven't seen that many new characters, but they're bringing back Charlie or Nash, what you want to call him, or like the development of Ken and Ryu and Chun-Li, Cammy. Like it's pretty nice.
Yeah, it seemed like this one, what they're trying to do is, from what they were saying, they're bringing back the old characters that you know of. Then they were bringing back some of the new characters that we all knew of and everything. We should try to change about this in the opposite direction. But they were bringing back some of the new characters, the new old characters, some characters that we haven't saw before, saw in a while. Like Nash was one that you really, you never really saw him except if you were playing some Alpha, but mostly you saw him in the Marvel vs. Capcom series. Yes. So Karen, people haven't seen him since Alpha 3.
I just forgot about Karen.
Armika, same thing also. So they're trying to bring things that we're kind of listening to what people, and trying to tell you where these characters went. I do like the way that they went with Ken, which will probably show up later, that they're trying to change him to completely different from Ryu this time.
Yes.
So now it's not just, because he always had the thing, it's just like a skin swap, and they were changing the move, but now it's actually different from looking at them also.
I agree, they all should be different, not just Ken and Ryu, it's just Ryu's Akuma, if they include Goken, they should all be different, have their own little different styles, not just one has fire, and Ryu just shoots a strong fireball, and Akuma is just a stronger variation of Ken and Ryu. Same with Goken, they should all have their different characteristics of the characters.
Yeah, so as you see right here, it's going right there. You were in the training mode for the beta, then it pops in, and now it's going to the actual, since where I pick the characters, going to the actual match. So we saw right here, the matchmaking seemed pretty good. The main thing I noticed was the netcode definitely helped certain players more than others. I'm looking at you, Ryu, so hopefully they change that. But the thing I noticed, I like the mechanics. It seems to bring back people who haven't played Street Fighter for a while.
Yes.
It seems to bring them back in, because a lot of times Street Fighter 4 was good. It was brought people back in the game, but once you got to the high level player, someone who kind of knew a little bit of what they were doing, it kind of left a lot of people out of the dust. So
yes.
Do you think this is a thing worth for you trying out to see if you play it?
Yes, because I am one of those players that stopped playing the game because truthfully it became too difficult to beat other players. It's impossible for me to get better. So I think it caught my interest, and I'll probably get back into this game.
Yeah, because it kind of seemed to be going a more back to basics approach.
Yes.
Nothing really was super out of the ordinary. Like you could actually feel like if you got beat in this game, it was someone outplayed you.
Yeah, you'll feel like
Yeah.
okay, if I practice a little bit more, then I
Yeah.
can beat this guy.
Yeah, yeah. It didn't seem like okay. Not the characters, but in Street Fighter 4, all through it, the main thing was focus, attack, dash, cancel.
Exactly.
And in layman's terms, pretty much it means you do a move, and then you cancel it with the focus attack, which is 2 medium buttons, and then quickly you start going into your next attack. And that's what a lot of people, to get high level, that's what a lot of people had to do. So it got really, really annoying for certain players, myself included, because for certain focus attack and dash cancels are easier than others, and it's a lot of timing, and a lot of people they don't like doing that. They want to just play the game.
Yes.
So, and if you're too busy, always worry about trying to practice, you kind of lose the fact of playing the game. So that's why I'm hoping this brings it back. What other things did you think about Street Fighter?
I would say I'm kind of disappointed, like how we talked about the new characters and all that. I would say I was a little disappointed, like they just completely forgot the people from Street Fighter EX, the EX series. Forgot, like we said before, Skullomania. Like we want to see Skullomania in it, and he's not even mentioned. He's not even in.
Yeah. I'm hoping because with Smash Brothers, because from what's brought to my attention, like Skullomania, all those characters are run by Akira.
Yeah.
And I know Nintendo and I guess by extension Namco now, they've been doing a good job of getting guest characters in their games for Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
Hoping Capcom could do something about that also, because as we see guest characters in games all over the place now. Soul Calibur, they had Link, they had
exactly.
Spawn, and Hachi, even though that was a little easier because Namco owned them, but then you go further in Soul Calibur series, they had all the Star Wars characters, So I'm hoping that Capcom could do something and find a way to bring back the EX characters even in some capacity. I do know that they are planning to have downloadable characters that are coming out. They're planning to make them so that they're free. If you don't, you're able to go purchase them off the bat. But the more you play the game, you get in-byte currency. The more in-byte currency you get,
Yeah,
the
that
money
makes
characters,
sense.
stuff
That
like
definitely
that.
makes sense
So
right there.
I actually like that because with me, I'm playing my biggest thing I hate about a lot of fighting games. I hate double purchasing.
Yeah, the fact that you
Yeah.
had to go and buy the new characters.
Yes, and then it gets even worse because you play on 2 different platforms, like a lot of competitive players do, because of tournaments and stuff like that. It's really, really annoying that you buy the game on a PC to play it, and then for that one it costs money. Then you go and you're playing the PS4 version. It costs money to buy those characters, and then one more time you play the Xbox One version, because that's Mortal Kombat's biggest issue is that you play Mortal Kombat and everything that's on there, because they have four purchasable characters, 5 if you count Goro.
Yeah.
But so 4 characters, and then for having them on each version, that's $5 a character for each version of the game. The different versions of the game, it could get pretty expensive pretty fast, like $60, and that's really not fair to the consumer. So I do like the fact that you could grind on one version of the game, and then if you have another version of the game, then you could just buy them also. So that's something that I think. Thank you, Capcom, for listening for that one. So, any thoughts on that one?
Well, I mean, I completely agree with you. I feel like you shouldn't have to pay for the characters if you paid for a $54 game. I mean, come on, you don't need to pay for the other characters after that. I think you should just get them as downloadable content.
So right here we have what you're talking about, Rashid. In the earlier, I like his nice design. I feel like he is one of the most complete characters, rendering model wise. The only thing that kind of made me kind of question a little bit the game, the graphics, is that there's a lot of clipping with the loose clothing, as you'll see mostly with Chun-Li. Because you see it go through her leg and everything. So hopefully they clean that up. But I really did like. I did like Rashid. I like the way he used. He has some good moves. The person here is probably not the best thing of using Rashid.
Rashid is new too.
Yeah.
You can't judge him yet.
Oh yeah, but this is Yema Doom playing right now, so and you see this perfect KO, which also I actually like the fact that this is perfect KO. Kind of brought me back to Capcom vs SNK, Finest KO.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, so I did like that, as you see. I know some Chun-Li, you see she has some air kicks now, up in the air with lightning kicks. Believe it or not, it's actually it's a Hadouken now with the legs. That's how you do her lightning kicks now. So characters, they have a lot of characters. They did change them. Like I say, a lot of characters. So there's Rashid doing some moves. Kind of looks like a dive kick, but it goes straight forward.
Yeah. He did a little tornado attack kick.
Oh, there goes the critical art right there.
It's nice how they redid it.
So yeah, I do like that stuff. I like how each character does have a variation of moves that they're using. The biggest thing I saw was what do I want to say? And now instead of focus attacking, you hit the 2 middle button. Each character, they have their own different thing that makes them a little more unique, kind of change the playstyle back a little bit. I want to say Ryu do that. He has a parry from Street Fighter 3, which is kind of cool. He's the only character that has that.
Yeah.
But Ken, he actually runs forward, and so it's a little more like more like SNK games, King of Fighters, where you're able to run forward. So it kind of brought back the funness from if you played it with a different group in Capcom vs SNK 2.
Yeah.
So I did like that. Nash, he's able to teleport. And then the cool thing too is if because the stun meters are active again too, you can kind of see how much it goes, and it brings back the importance of their counters, which people, I think they call them like B cancels, B triggers, not B triggers, but B cancels, and it's pretty much it's the alpha counter, which a lot of people they've been hyped about.
Yeah, a lot of people love the alpha counter, the way it looks and the way it just spun around.
So yeah, so I'm really excited about that. I said. Right now, they have they have 2 more characters that they're revealing for the initial version of the game, and then of course they are going to go into a bunch of different a bunch of different things here and there. Oh, here it goes, pretty much training mode, Chun-Li in training mode. Main thing I liked about the game with this one is it gave you some time to train and mess with things. As you can see right there, I like Chun-Li's stance, messing with the tokens and everything like that. But you do this until a matchmaking said, hey, I'm going to face someone else. So it did give you a chance to go mess with people. Oh, and there you go, right there, you're messing. So you can see the settings right there. And you can see what you want to do, how you want to redo everything. You can turn on the attack data, and it's everything it did. And this version of the beta also let you, if you wanted to.
Oh, and it tells you how much the damage to each attack is.
Yeah. And you can actually play against a computer, so if, or someone else. So this beta actually let you go to player mode. But you can see right there, you see Chun-Li's V skill right there. You can see how much damage it did before and after. Yeah. And now you're back to a new fighter. But it was letting you do all that, so it gets pretty technical in the game. The heads-up display system is really clean. It lets you know cross-ups and everything, cross-counters, new mechanics. It lets you know what's happening. The only thing I can say is that the V triggers, it doesn't give you, I guess, to let you know what's going on. You have to figure out something about yourself. Oh yeah, Birdie is back. I'll tell you about that. That's the other alpha character that was around. They were showing. They let you see everything that's going on about it too. So the interface is really clean. I wish the V triggers had let you know a little bit more of what they're doing, but hey, hell hath no chill. As you see, Capcom, they announced a bunch of characters on there. They have 4 new characters. I could go on that to you right now while we're watching Birdie and Chun-Li go at it. Nice little throws. Birdie looks actually pretty cool with his forward throw. Yeah. So, there you go, Chun-Li trying to get something back. You see the stun meter too. This game, stunning is actually a lot faster than it was in the previous in Street Fighter 4, which is cool. And you can see there's a lot more damage also. So, Birdie threw a can.
And he threw a banana peel, look.
Oh, here goes Birdie. Oh. See what happened. But as you said, returning alpha characters, we have Birdie. Birdie is an awesome Armika Karen. Those are the good ones, characters we haven't seen in a while. New characters, you have Nikali, which is an Amazon guy, pretty much. He's pretty crazy. You have Laura, which is actually Sean's sister. from Street Fighter 3. So they're kind of connecting the gaps right there.
Yeah.
Rashid from the Win, he seems pretty cool, and I do like him. And I think is there another new character that we missed?
I can't think of it.
They also showed, but old characters. You have Ryu, you have Ken, you have Chun-Li, of course. Bison's in there with some new moves. What else did they show? Vega. Vega's no longer a charge character.
Vega's in there. Vega. I'm not too sure who.
Yeah, but they showed Vega was no longer a charge character. They showed what else did they show? You know, of course they brought back Nash. I don't know if you want to, and he's an alpha character also. So he's in there, which was pretty good. You know, they were showing like that.
I like Charlie better than Nash, but I mean.
Well, I guess his name was Charlie Nash, and then they said because in Japan he was Nash. So Japan he was Nash. So they're trying to put it all together. So everybody has the same version of everything. There is the player select list that you have, so you see some of the new characters, some of the old characters in there. We are missing a couple of characters here and there. They announced Zangief.
Yeah, you can't do a Street Fighter game without Zangief.
So the game seems like that. It has a couple.
I'm pretty sure it'll be a lot of characters to choose from.
Yeah.
In this one.
So I do like the fact that a lot of characters they do feel really different. We're just waiting for the last two characters that they're going to show.
And then, I mean, they're getting older through time. Look at Ken.
So we did see that. You see Vega, but from the top you got Ryu, Karen, Ken. Then you got Birdie, Charlie Nash, Armika. Then on the right hand side, Nikali, which is one of the new characters, Rashid, and then the new character, Chun-Li.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got Vega, Bison, and
Cammy.
So rounding out, it seems to be some pretty good mix of characters.
Pretty sure Sagat's going to be in there too.
We'll see, because I think they have one more old character that they're doing, and they were doing some data mining on the PC version of the game, or on the beta, and there's talks that it could be Urien, it could be a lot of people from
Urien?
Yes, Urien from 3.
That dude.
So, scariest guy in the suit I've ever met. So we'll see what happens on that one. So any other topics or any other things about Street Fighter 5 before we go to our next topic?
No, can't wait till the game come out. I'm kind of excited.
So it looks
I want to see how their story mode's going to be too.
Yeah, I would definitely say that's the thing we could go into round 2. And said right now we don't have footage of it right now. Injustice, Mortal Kombat, NetherRealm Studios. They seem to be, because before for the longest time it was your Capcom games. It's Capcom. Those are all the games people were playing. They saw them everywhere. They had the money. It does seem like NetherRealm Studios is coming up with the resurgence of Mortal Kombat. Injustice. Part of the reason people like playing these games is the story mode, as you said.
Yeah.
Story mode made you go through all the characters. It actually told a story to make you give some investment. So even if you're not a fighting game fanatic, you're at least going to pick the game up and try it.
Exactly.
How do you like that? Do you think more games need that for fighting games? What do you think?
Yeah, I'm with it, because Mortal Kombat story mode that kept me involved. I mean, I had a couple problems with it, but it's just the storytelling makes the video game. When you have a good story and then you have a good video game, it was like, it was one of the Street Fighters that was. I mean, the storytelling, Street Fighter 4, I believe, the storytelling in Street Fighter 4 wasn't that great.
Yes.
And Mortal Kombat, capitalized off of that.
Wiped out the water, because I didn't notice that. The first time I really felt blown away with the fighting game, but the story mode was, the first time I played Injustice, Gods Among Us.
Yeah, that was a good story.
Yeah, when I originally got that game, I only really bought the game for the stick. I was looking for an extra stick. Injustice came with a stick on the PS3. So then I was like, I have this stick, I might as well try the game.
Yeah.
And the story mode, you go in there, and I felt like it gave you a chance to mess with all the characters. You could try different things with them and see, hey, who you like. And, kind of no stress. And you're like, you're kind of invested in the story, which I thought was really, really good.
Yep.
Mortal Kombat 10, same way. The story kind of like just as way, but they did it one better. So if you didn't
was that the one where Liu Kang got killed? Or
that was Deadly Alliance. So
that was a good one too.
So started from PS2,
yes,
and Xbox. Neverwhelm, whatever you want to call them, because I'm not sure if they were Neverwhelm back then, but they said, hey, we need to work on our stories.
Exactly.
And so because of that, they kind of made you like, okay, it's a nice presentation. And with this next generation of systems, with all this movie, because I said a Blu-ray disc holds over 60 gigs, 70 gigs, of data.
Yeah.
Put something on the disc, put something on the game. So it's good to see them putting cinematics in there, an actual story, and it doesn't have to be the best story in the world, but it gives you something to kind of keep you going through the game. So I really did like that.
Yeah.
So, and also I feel like it'll give people who wouldn't really play those games a chance to hop in those games.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So, we'll go on the final one, the next one. Let's go about games that you play now more often than not.
Games that I play now, I'm really into sports games, preferably the NBA 2Ks, MLB, the shows. More into sports games now. I've got really big into them because the story mode, like I said earlier, the story mode in the games is really good. Not too much the MLB games, the NBA games, the NBA 2Ks story mode. I used to be an NBA Live player, but NBA Live got discontinued around 2010 was the last NBA Live, and they took a break and then they resurfaced like NBA Live 15.
Yeah, the game wasn't all that
great. It wasn't good, and then I jumped to 2K, and I haven't looked back because NBA Live hasn't recovered since then.
So, by the story mode, give some people entails because a lot of times you think a sports game story mode doesn't really go together. So, explain that.
It's like the my career story mode, like in this year's NBA Live. NBA 2K16. NBA 2K16 story mode is you're just playing. You're playing from your high school career to the pros. Like to the pros, and it goes over your first year from you play 3 high school games or 4 high school games or something like that, and then you play in your first year of college. So you go through the whole process as an NBA or a NBA prospect from going from high school to college to the league, and then you deal with the problems you have in your first year, like you're outside the league and inside the league, and like you deal with your outside difficulties and your inside difficulties being a rookie and all that.
So it seems like you like the progression. Like you said, it gives you something that it's not just the regular game. So
yes, exactly.
So it seems interesting. I might try that out. I remember I played 2K14. I think that's the last one that I played. And with the with the story mode, I think I had 15 somewhere. Someone let me borrow it, but I never got to put it in. So but yeah, I do remember playing the my player mode in there, and you had the rival. So it kind of made it put emphasis on certain games that you didn't like. But I also felt the only thing I felt problems with that one is that sometimes it made it that you didn't want to care about your team. It made it more about you.
About you and your rival,
Yeah. So did 16 end up fixing any of that? Is it still, are you more of a team player, or is it still all about you?
It's about you because it's your career. So, I mean, it's just the fact that it's always going to be about you. But if you like, I haven't got too far into it. I'm in my second year now. But if you like if you don't play as a team, you won't progress. You won't. Just like in anything, you don't work as a team, you won't get better or anything like that. But yeah, it's not that. It hasn't changed that much. It's still all about you because it's my career.
Yes. Well, those were our 3 topics. As you saw, we had our fighting game, mostly Street Fighter 5. We also had talked about storytelling in the games, pretty much in fighting games, and how NetherRealm's doing a good job of that. Last thing we talked about is other games we got gather into, and so the theme was, hey, story mode, things to do outside the games to make it more meaningful. So thank you for joining us. We're gonna go. Well, say we're going. Hopefully next time might be me, might be Damien, might be another guest. Well, just keep it here. This is Frankie. Thank you for joining us.